This year will see the 20-year anniversary of Sol Campbell's signing for Arsenal, and with it, reportedly, becoming the first footballer to sign a contract worth £100,000 a week. In the space of those 2 decades, we have seen £100,000 a week go from being extraordinary to fairly ordinary, with £100,000 a week being pretty much the average salary at Europe's top-paying clubs now, from Manchester United to Bayern Munich. Now there are hundreds of players who earn in excess of £100,000 a week, which is equivalent to more than £5 million a year. There are some who earn many times that amount, and if you factor in club contracts and endorsement deals, we have already seen the first £1 million a week footballer. In 2017, I made a video taking a look at some of the worst players in world football reported to earn in excess of that £100,000 a week figure, and I made an updated version in 2019. Given that I'm now making a third version in 2021, it would seem as though this series is becoming a biennial event, and I look forward to seeing you all again in 2023. In truth, I just make updated versions of videos when A, the original video did well, B, I spot a few requests to do so, and C, the new version will be significantly different from the original or previous version. Today's video ticks all 3 boxes, so without further ado, here is my updated 2021 look at some of the worst players in world football who are reported to earn £100,000 a week or more. Javier Pastore. Javier Pastore comes in 7th because I am reluctant to include him in a list of the worst anything given the amount of talent the Argentine has in his feet. A brilliant footballer who could glide past opponents and unlock a defence in a flash at his best, Pastore was often magnificent for both Palermo and Paris Saint-Germain. In terms of talent, he has no place in a 7 of this ilk, but the fact remains that Pastore has done very little since signing for Roma, even if much of that is through no fault of his own. Pastore returned to Serie A in the summer of 2018, swapping the French capital of Paris for the Italian capital of Rome in a deal worth a reported €24.7 million. Pastore's injury problems had begun in Paris, where he had suffered from a number of recurring, niggling injuries from the 2015-16 season onwards. Unfortunately, since arriving in Rome, the playmaker has graduated from irritating short-term setbacks to more severe long-term ones. He missed around 4 months of football last season with a fractured ankle, and he is currently sidelined with an injury he sustained to his hip all the way back in August that required surgery. Tall, elegant, and one of the most technically gifted footballers we have seen in recent years, it's a grave shame that Pastore has been so beset by injuries, and that the result is a spot in this 7. Whilst I'd love to see the 31-year-old come back all guns blazing, his repeated setbacks are likely to have taken a significant toll, and with a reported salary of just shy of £150,000 a week, he gets us started in this 7. Christian Benteke. One of only 2 players to have featured in a previous version of this video that crops up yet again today, I think it's worth stressing that Christian Benteke has actually contributed a little bit more this season than he has in any other season over the last few years. A real goal machine at Aston Villa, where he first arrived in the Premier League, Benteke looked like he might be an instant hit at Palace in his debut campaign after arriving from Liverpool. He offered so much under Sam Allardyce, not least in terms of goals, but he only managed 6 goals in 75 games over the next 3 seasons. This season, Benteke has bagged 3 in 14, and it must be said that he offers plenty outside of scoring goals. Benteke's ability to hold the ball up and bring others into the game is no doubt more impressive than fellow Palace forward Jordan Ayew, and the likes of Ebi Eze and Wilf Zaha most likely enjoy playing alongside him. Nonetheless, he still hasn't done anywhere near enough at Selhurst Park to justify his supposed £120,000 a week pay packet. Benteke reportedly earns more than fellow Premier League strikers like Raul Jimenez, Danny Ings and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and anyone who claims that he offers more than any of those 3 is kidding themselves. A quick word for German midfielder Max Meyer, who may well have featured had he not left Palace by mutual consent earlier this month. Nico Schulz. Nico Schulz is a man with a pretty impressive CV. He made his Hertha Berlin debut at the age of 17, he represented Germany at 5 different youth levels, he joined Borussia Dortmund in 2019, and he has now won 12 caps for Germany at senior level. A look at some of those facts makes a reported £105,000 a week salary seem like par for the course, but anyone who has watched Schulz over the last couple of years might be inclined to feel as though he is stealing a living. Quick and versatile, Schulz was born in Berlin, and though he made his name as a left-back, he can play anywhere down the left flank. He set Borussia Dortmund back more than £20 million in the summer of 2019, following a couple of excellent seasons under Julian Nagelsmann at Hoffenheim, but he has had a forgettable 18 months since. Schulz seemed to thrive in Nagelsmann's system at Hoffenheim, but he has been far less effective in Dortmund. Following only 11 Bundesliga appearances during his debut campaign, Schulz has only played 5 games in the league so far this season, and only 8 in all competitions, playing second fiddle to the very impressive Rafael Guerreiro. It's not the first time Schulz has faced adversity. He once missed a year of football after rupturing his cruciate ligaments, but it's increasingly difficult to envisage him ever justifying his fee and wages at the Westfalenstadion. Danny Drinkwater. Maybe it's just because I prefer lauding players to criticising them, but I find myself feeling quite sympathetic towards the players in this 7. Danny Drinkwater obviously seems to have had some challenges within his personal life over the last couple of years, and it probably hasn't helped that he's hardly played any football. Drinkwater is a very easy target since he was never worth £35 million, nor a reported £120,000 a week salary, but those errors of judgment rest on Chelsea's shoulders, not his. His drink driving and crashing a Range Rover into a wall, on the other hand, falls squarely at his own door. Drinkwater is obviously best associated with his 6 seasons at Leicester City, where he won promotion to the Premier League, and played a pivotal role in both the Foxes' great escape and their unfathomable Premier League title win. Drinkwater was particularly impressive alongside N'Golo Kante in midfield during that title-winning campaign, and having already signed Kante 12 months earlier, it was presumably a combination of his link-up with Kante and homegrown player quotas that convinced Chelsea to hand Leicester a blank cheque for the midfielder. Drinkwater played 12 league games in his debut campaign. He's played none since. He's had loan spells at Burnley and Aston Villa, and he's now on loan with Kasımpaşa in Turkey, where Chelsea are believed to be paying the vast majority of his wages. I hope he can get back on track, but never in a million years should he be earning more than Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Gini Wijnaldum and David Silva. Ivo. The second and last inclusion in this 7 to have featured in a previous version of this video, Ivo might just have taken top spot in 2019 if my memory serves me right. A well-rounded Brazilian number 10 who has been starring in China for more than a decade, Ivo, full name Olívio de Rosa, previously played in South Korea with Incheon United. A capable midfield playmaker and a talented passer of the ball, Ivo has obviously impressed in China, for 3 different clubs to have offered him eye-watering contracts. But there are tens of players in Brazil who are just as good as him and don't earn a fraction of what he does, and many more throughout the rest of the world. The 34-year-old reportedly earns £119,000 a week at Henan Jinyai, who finished 9th in the Chinese Super League last season. Prior to his move to Asia, Ivo was actually playing in Brazil's second tier for Portuguesa, and whilst there are plenty of players in China earning remarkably lucrative sums, I think most of them do at least offer slightly more star power than Ivo. Alexander Priyovich. A man who was featured once previously on this channel, some time ago, due to the fact that he reportedly had the largest goal bonus in all of world football, it seems Alexander Priyovich's contract with Al Ittihad now rewards him very well whether he scores goals or not. The 30-year-old Swiss-born Serbian international is said to be earning roughly £105,000 a week in Saudi Arabia, which is more than Liverpool and Chelsea goal-getters Diogo Jota and Tammy Abraham are reported to earn in the Premier League. A bit of a nomad, Priyovich made his professional debut for Parma in Italy before joining Derby County, who sent him out on loan to Yeovil Town and Northampton Town. Stints in Switzerland, Norway, Sweden, Turkey, Poland and Greece followed before Priyovich joined his first club outside of UEFA's jurisdiction. That club is Al Ittihad in Jeddah, where he plays alongside former Feyenoord star Karim El Ahmadi and West Bromwich Albion loanee Ahmed Ghazi. Priyovich is a classic example of the good touch for a big lad cliche, given his powerful 6'3" frame, juxtaposed with the fact that he likes to come deep and receive the ball to feet. For all his talents, and he was incredibly prolific for Pauka, Priyovich is far from a world-class centre-forward, yet he has the salary of one. Christian Bassag. The unenviable crown for 2021 for HITC Sevens' worst footballer reportedly on over £100,000 a week title, or the enviable crown I suppose. I mean, I'd happily take £100,000 a week if the worst thing about it was some bloke on YouTube saying I perhaps earned more than I should, goes to Cameroon international Christian Bassag. Not only are we back in the Chinese Super League for Bassagog's inclusion, you perhaps won't be too surprised to find that out, we're also back at Henan Jinyai, who employed third place Ivo and must therefore be the most wasteful club in China. I should add that Henan Jingyai, who I've no doubt I'm pronouncing terribly, are no longer called Henan Jingyai at all since they renamed themselves Luoyang Longmen FC earlier this month, in news that you may have missed if you don't stay up to date with your Chinese Super League nomenclature. Christian Bassag has been playing in China since 2017 when he joined Henan, now Luoyang, from Danish Super League side Obi after being named as the best player at the 2017 African Cup of Nations. A quick and inventive flair player who is full of tricks, Bassag can play anywhere across the forward line, and he can beat most Chinese Super League defenders with ease, in a league that is still very much in its developmental stage, it should be added. Nonetheless, from what little I have seen of Bassag, I would be very dubious about his chances of replicating those performances in one of Europe or even South America's top leagues. Given his supposed £111,000 a week salary, Bassag is the right choice in top spot as far as I'm concerned. So that's it for today's video, but thank you all as ever for watching. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and make sure that you are subscribed and have notifications turned on for HITC Sevens. You can also find me on Twitter or Instagram via the username @HITC Sevens should you wish to do so.